Alright, we are live with another Discord League Cup game. Whoops, wrong monitor there. This is for the round of 32. Once again, it's going to be Mirumoto Kai playing Dragon versus shadowcrow 85 playing Phoenix. I was mentioning this on the last one I streamed, I think. Mirumoto Kai is somebody who I've definitely seen around a lot before, but shadowcrow 85, I don't think I've ever seen him play. He might be new to the Discord League, I'm not entirely sure. Let's see if we can look at his group there. Okay, so it looks like he came from a group of only 7 people. He went 5-2. Well, that's not right. I guess everyone got an extra win because there were only 7. Eric was the 7-0 in that group, and then there were a couple 5-2s. And then who did he play? We're seeing Raitsugu and Prodigy here. Looks like he played against a dragon player that I'm not familiar with either. Running what looks like a standard dragon list here. Yeah, so we'll see how this game goes for him. Let me open up the deck lists. Dragon list is on 2 Ancient Master, 2 Censure, 3 Sumiko actually. So he has 9 5-cost characters there. Let's see, what else? Yeah, it looks pretty normal on the dragon deck. Typical crab splash. And then the Phoenix deck here is on Dragon Splash. Ooh, he actually has Hurricane Punches still. Haven't seen too much of that lately in Phoenix. 3 Let Go, 2 Wander, or 1 Wander, 2 Hurricane Punch. 2 Secluded Shrine. Wow, that's interesting. And he doesn't have the Consumed by 5 Fires, which is a little bit unfortunate in this matchup. Mirumoto Kai is going to be able to play a lot of 3 Fate characters and not really have to worry about getting 5 Fires. He does have 1 Karmic Twist though, I guess. Okay, so Dragon is the first conflict here. So what you really want is for Phoenix to attack you, right? So I think we might see him pass his first conflict. The problem is, okay, we see a skirmisher. I was actually about to mention that a skirmisher would be pretty good here because you don't want the Prodigy of the Waves to be able to defend, and you also want to be able to contest favor if both of these characters just stay standing. You don't really want the Phoenix player to be able to get the favor for free. Does have 3 Censures and the Kanjo District in there. So going for Military Earth, gonna covert the Prodigy. No, maybe Fire. Fire seems good. Yeah, I think Fire is the right call here. The only problem here is the display of power. And wow, there are actually 3 display of powers in the Phoenix deck. Finds Fertile Fields. I think usually you see 2 there. But actually, the Phoenix player only has 1 Fate, so since he didn't hit Manicured Gardens, not going to be able to play a display of power here. So he can just safely attack that fire ring. And now Phoenix has to play some cards, probably. So he could play a monk here and Hurricane Punch, like a Shrine Maiden would be good, obviously. And then the dragon player would have to spend a card. We see an Assassinate instead, okay. So, probably happy with that as dragon. If you have another conflict character you can play here. Like... Yeah, Ancient Master is good. Because you still got the covert from the Tattooed Wanderer, and then he spent his Assassinate on it, so that's not bad. That was a 1x Assassinate, and we see a pass. Wow, so I guess he doesn't have any... Ooh, Hurricane Punch. I guess he's going for the break here. We're going to see maybe another Hurricane Punch. Yep, there it is. It's a great card because it draws you another card, so it doesn't cost a card to play. And yeah, that is going to be the break there. And the firing will dishonor the Prodigy of the Waves. So pretty strong start for Dragon there. Getting that province break, not really having to spend a whole lot of resources, and getting rid of the library, and then also dishonoring the Prodigy of the Waves. Looks like the Phoenix player is going to attack water so he can stand himself back up afterwards. But it does mean he has to attack the Dragon Province row. If he finds... Ooh, Shameful Display. That's actually a lucky find for him. Because that means all that province is going to be able to do is honor the Raitsugu. If he had found Restoration of Balance there, that would have been very not good. And then Pilgrimage would have been pretty bad. Upholding Authority would be okay. So it was like a 50-50, I guess, of finding something bad. Find Katana on Raitsugu, okay. So he's going to duel here, that's pretty obvious, probably. What the Shameful Display does here, actually, is it means that the Phoenix player can't play at court games to honor himself, because then he'll just get shamefuled. Ooh, we see a Feral Ningyo. Not 100% sure why you do this. Actually, this just gives him a good target for the for the Shameful Display, and winning this conflict isn't actually going to do anything for you. And Mirumoto Kai is... Okay, he's going to use Shameful, sure, now that he has the target there. And, ooh, we see a cloud on Raitsugu, actually. So he's not going to get to duel now. But we do see the Stronghold to give him +2. So the Phoenix, yeah, I was about to say the Phoenix player can play court games now, and we do see that happen, but Mirumoto Kai could counter with his own court games still, yep, and we do see that. Very nice. So Defender's still winning. Phoenix doesn't have any fans or katanas in the deck. Going really heavy on events, it looks like. Which is a little bit unfortunate here because it means that there are no more political buffs you can play. You could play a Supernatural Storm, but you would have to play it twice just to get up to a tie, which is not really that great. You could also play another Feral Ningyo, I guess, but again, I think you should just pass here because, yeah, like, I don't really get what you're getting out of winning that conflict, actually. Like, you get the ring for favor, I guess, but other than that, not really too much. So, playing the Feral Ningyo may be a little bit of a mistake there. So, Prodigy stands back up. He has a choice now. He can either attack again and get a free ring, or stay standing and prevent Dragon from taking favor. Getting free Earth Ring seems pretty powerful, so I think that would be what I would go with. Mirumoto Kai could, of course, play a conflict character and do a political attack, but I don't think we're gonna, we're not gonna see that happen. So, ooh, Prodigy Void. Interesting. I'm not really sure why you go Void here. Like, I think Kai is perfectly fine with this. Like, you're taking a fate off of his 3 fate character that's clouded anyway. So, sure, go ahead. And now Dragon does get favor as well. Earth Ring would have been a lot better there because Phoenix has 7 cards, Dragon has 5 cards. That's like not really huge numbers there, so going up 8 to 4 would have been a pretty big difference. So let's see. Yeah, I was about to say Dragon probably discards those 2 monks there. Keeping the Shugenja seems good. Ooh, okay. Oh, wow. That is really unfortunate. Conjure District on a broken province when he doesn't have favor. Definitely not what you want to see there. But that's the way it goes sometimes. So Master Alchemist is pretty strong. You can just keep all those Phoenix characters dishonored. It's something you always like to see when you're playing Dragon against a clan that has high glory numbers. Or even just in general, because Dragon has high glory numbers on some of their characters. So we see another 3 Fate Prodigy, spending all of his Fate on these Prodigies. So if Dragon plays a character, then Phoenix will get the passing Fate. We do see the Doom Shugenja, so Phoenix will pass. And now Kai could play the Alchemist, or he could pass, or he could play the Mia Mystic. I think playing the Mia Mystic is good because you don't really have quite enough Fate to play an Alchemist here. Like, you would have to either play it with 2 Fate and have 1 left for the ability, or 3 Fate and have none left for the ability. So that would not really be ideal. Mystic can also kill this Cloud the Mind, so that's pretty good. I had actually forgotten about that. Okay, so Dragon is second player this time. Phoenix will have the first opportunity to act. You've seen Shameful Display. You have 12 cards in hand. If you go to face down province, you're taking a 1 out of 3 chance of discarding 8 cards. So I don't think that's the best idea. He's going to slam this Void Ring again, it looks like. Maybe you go... So this is probably going to be the Dishonored Prodigy going at Shameful. I think that's the only attack that makes sense here. Like, you can't go at a face down province and... if you go at Shameful, you can't go with the Prodigy that is not Dishonored, so this makes sense. If he defends with Raitsugu, then he just can't even use Shameful at all. This is military with skill 1, though, so what you could do... Ooh, he's defending with Raitsugu, interesting. Yeah, defending with the Mystic here actually seems kind of good. Depends on what's in his hand. This is military. So Phoenix could have some buffs here. He could have a Bonsai. He could have... I guess there's still the conflict character into Hurricane Punch, Supernatural Storm. Just going to be a defense with Raitsugu and then pass, though, to prevent that Void Ring from going off. So I think the nice thing here for the Dragon player is that the Water Ring hasn't been claimed yet. So what you can do is you can attack like Earth, probably... maybe air, actually. Phoenix is kind of low on honor, but probably earth. We do see Bonsai. That actually is not even enough by itself. But yeah, like you can attack earth back, and then if he attacks water, you just literally don't care because it doesn't do anything. Except get him the favor, I guess, but like, sure. Okay, there's the Supernatural Storm. Dragon can use the Stronghold to counteract that. But Phoenix will be able to play that again. So I think what you do maybe is you attack with the Doomed Shugenja on Earth, and then since you're not using the Shameful Display during this conflict, you can, like he can't attack back there, so he has to attack a face-down province, which is going to be Restoration or Pilgrimage or Upholding Authority, all of which are not really provinces you want to be running into. We see Tattooed Wanderer. Wow, I'm not 100% sure why he plays that before using the box. I feel like using the Stronghold first is correct, because that way you don't spend the card. We see Let Go on Find Katana. That's the other thing, is that now you only have one attachment here, which might be a problem. Like, you should have just used it while you had two attachments, right? feel like that was possibly a misplay. We could be... Well, no, he bonsai'd, so you're not going to Hurricane Punch with this. Or, sorry, you're not going to Void Fist. We see a Reprieve on Raitsuga, okay, so that lets him use the Stronghold again. And a pass, so no let go on that. So he'll need to play the Storm again now if he wants to win this. Or he could actually just play like a Shrine Maiden, that would be enough. Yep, that's what we see. Gonna find Against the Waves, Clarity, and discard a Ningyo. You don't want to be discarding those Ningyos, but not really a big deal. And you get to draw 2 cards, so pretty strong. Ooh, okay, so Mia Mystic kills the Cloud the Mind there, so he can duel the Shrine Maiden now and kill it. We see a Hurricane Punch on Shrine Maiden, so yeah, you immediately duel this now. Because it's 3 skill and you're 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And he's not going to bid 1, right? That would be stupid. Alright, not going to bid 5, so you just bid 1, is what I meant. Ooh, Kai actually bids 2 to ensure that he wins that duel. Puts him at 8. So yeah, it would have been a tie at most. He didn't want to lose the Fate, I guess. I don't like that, though. I think he should just bid 1. Like, there's no way he's... With 5 honor, there's no way he's bidding 5 there. Phoenix is going to replay that Storm. Both sides really spending a lot of resources here. And we do finally see a Censure. I kind of suspected that he was holding a Censure back this whole time and just letting those other events resolve. Like the Bonsai, you just let him spend an honor on that. And 2 Sentries in the deck, so there could still be another one in his hand. And that's going to be it. So Dragon wins that conflict. And what's he going to do now? Alright, so he is going to go for the earth attack here. Finds upholding authority. Ooh, interesting. I'll send you some dog pics here, hold on. Let me see if I have a good one. So, no defense pass. Pretty easy, I think. The thing is here, you want to have a conflict character now to defend the shameful display. Stream has been having a weird stutter. Yeah, I'm not sure why that would be. I don't know if there's anything I can really do about it though. We see Cloud the Mind on Prodigy. What? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's a good picture, I guess. So that breaks. We see court games get discarded. Seems good. Earth Ring hits against the waves. Also good. So we see a court games honor the prodigy and a pass. So it looks like he's just giving up the shameful display here. That's a little bit unfortunate that he doesn't have a character to use the ability. Brace the void. This is the firing as well, so he's going to get to honor his other prodigy here. Let go on Cloud the Mind. Not really sure why he's playing out all of these cards right now. Interesting. So we still have these two prodigies here. One of them is clouded still. Still is that alchemist though. He's always going to be pretty good here. Dragon will have... Oh, it discards the alchemist. Interesting. It is a Shugenja, I guess, so against the waves can just bow it. Ooh, and he finds Mitsu. That's probably the play here. Secluded Shrine, wow. So he can use that on water. Yeah, so we just see Mitsu 3 Fate, and then he'll just pass. Kudaka 2 Fate. So, wonder what the first conflict is going to be here. It seems like you have to go air. Like 2 Fate on the air ring is just... I don't really want to pass that up, probably. You can probably get the third break here. The last 2 provinces... Let me double check the deck list to see... Okay, so he is running Shameful Display, so it's Shameful and Manicured. So that's a dangerous 50-50 to take with the Mitsu. You might send the Tattooed Wanderer in to just poke. And if he finds Shameful Display, then oh well, like you just poke air, you get the Fate. And he gets to honor his Prodigy, but it's not the end of the world. If you hit that with Mitsu, though, it's going to be pretty bad. So, as expected, Secluded Shrine on the Water Ring. Ooh, we see Finger of Jade on Mitsu. That's pretty strong because now you can just safely attack with Mitsu. If you find Shameful Display, then you just cancel it with Finger and you don't care. So that seems pretty good. Like you covert the Honored Prodigy, I guess, and then you just go for the break on whatever you hit. Going for the airing, of course. Claiming the airing will also make it so Phoenix can't use Kudaka's ability. He could play Display of Power on this, but you would be fine with that, I think, because you still got the 2 Fate from the airing. And then you force him to use Display of Power. He gets a Fate in a card, but he spent 2 Fate in a card. And then he just gets airing, which is whatever. And if he doesn't Display of Power, then he doesn't get any of that, and you get to take an honor. So, seems good either way. And he is going to find Manicured Garden there, so he'll get to save the Finger of Jade. But Phoenix will get some Fate. He actually sent the Tattooed Wanderer as well, it looks like. Makes it definitely more likely to win and break, of course. We see no defense, so that suggests the display of power is probably going to happen. We could see Mitsu use Hurricane Punch if he wants to do that, to just get the extra card here. Yep, that's what he's going to do. Seems good. Oh man, if he actually... So if he has a second Censure in his hand for the display of power, that would probably be pretty good. But with 4 Fate now, the Phoenix player could just play 2 displays. So yeah, we do see the display of power as expected. Is there a censure for that? I feel like it's worth playing if you do have it. Like, if only to get him to spend another display of power. That would definitely be worth it. Looks like no censure there. So successful display of power, but that is the 3rd province break for Dragon. So he can start attacking that stronghold now. Let's see what the Phoenix player can get back here. All of these Dragon provinces are going to be pretty annoying to deal with. If you hit Pilgrimage, that might be fine because you can just push for the break. He is going for the Water Ring though. Ooh, and he finds Restoration Balance, so that is going to be 8 cards that he has to discard there. Not what you wanted to see. Why always Resto? I mean, you know it's a face down card every time. So, okay. So I feel like this is something people say a lot. Like, they're attacking provinces and they find Restoration of Balance and they have to discard 8 cards and they're like, oh man, that province is so broken. But at the same time, whenever you play against Dragon, you know that's going to be one of their face down provinces, right? So, I mean, you can play around it. Like, you can just try and play a lot of cards before you attack a face down province. I don't know. It just seems like you can't really complain about it. We can and will complain about it. Yeah, I guess. I mean, people will always complain, I guess, but I don't know. It seems like when you play right into it, like he could have bid lower this turn since he knew that he was going to have to attack a face down province. Like, you're not just not going to attack here, right? Because then Dragon just keeps breaking all of your provinces and wins the game, and you don't get any ring effects. So you could have bid low, you could have tried to play some more cards. Let's see what got discarded. Karmic Twist, Hurricane Punch, Clarity, Century Censure, Clarity, Storm, Against the Waves. That is a lot of good cards there. So yeah, like bidding low could have been fine. You get to get a ton of honor, so you're safe from dishonor, and then regardless of which province you flip, you have a better idea of where restoration is, so then you can play around it. I guess he did have a lot of cards in his hand that he couldn't really play out before the conflict, so that was unfortunate, but what are you going to do? We see Seal of the Dragon on Raitsugu, we see Cloud the Mind on Raitsugu. Man, he really wants to cloud this Raitsugu. I'm actually surprised by that he's not clouding the Mitsu instead. We see Ornate Fan. Like, I think Mirumoto Kai is perfectly fine with the Raitsugu being clouded in this position, because what he really wants is that covert for Mitsu to try and break the stronghold next turn, I think. The only problem is if Mitsu gets dishonored, he's not going to have a whole lot of strength. We see Clarity of Purpose played with the Stronghold on Kudaka. Kai could be setting up for a Void Fist here. He would still need to Stronghold at this point. What does he actually get? Ooh. Okay, so we see a Let Go on Cloud the Mind. I'm wondering what Kai actually gets from winning this conflict. I think the answer is not very much, honestly. Playing a Feral Ningyo into Raitsugu, playing 2 Feral Ningyos, wow. So Raitsugu can duel the Feral Ningyo and kill it, and then it doesn't shuffle back into the deck, right? I might be wrong on that. I'm pretty sure that's the way it works. Surprised he even defended this. Well, he would have just gotten bowed if he didn't. So you might as well defend it. But yeah, I'm surprised he's playing so many cards here. That's for sure. We do see a Void Fist on the Prodigy of the Waves. Yeah, so now you can just duel and kill a Ningyo, I guess. I want to check if that's correct, because I'm like 99% sure that cards lose all lasting effects when they change zones. Like when they leave play. Yeah. If it's put into play and leaves play before the end of the conflict, it will not be shuffled. So yeah, I would just duel a Ningyo and kill it here, and then it doesn't get shuffled back into the deck. What is he at? 6 military? I guess you're only +3, right? So bidding 1 might be risky there. No. Not gonna duel anyone. Well, why did you let go of the cloud if you weren't gonna duel anyone? That seems weird. Is that other game still going? Yeah, it looks like it is. Okay, so we do see a conflict character to attack the stronghold, and he gets to take the firing off the table as well. So this is a very, very strong play. Um, you get to flip the stronghold here, so next turn it will be open to attacking. Don't dual Ningyo, so Phoenix might draw Ningyo for the Mitsu break push as long as you don't attack with water. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Like, as long as it's not a military conflict, you don't care that he still has Ningyo. Court games to dishonor Prodigy of the Waves. We see Seal of the Dragon. If he actually wins this conflict and honors the Mitsu here, then I think the game is pretty over, honestly. And it looks like that is what's going to happen. So, unfortunately, Dragon will be second player next turn, but Phoenix is only on one break right now. So, you just wait for your next conflict opportunity and just all in the stronghold and destroy it. You have a Void Fist in the discard, you have presumably something in your hand next turn after you bid 5, so... And Voidering is going to do literally nothing here. You should go Earth. Why is it going Void? What? Why in... I was going to say, why on Earth? Why on Earth would you go Void here? That makes no sense to me. And then he breaks Restoration. Yeah, you should 100% attack a face-down province there as well. Because the two face-down are Pilgrimage, which you break, and Upholding Authority, which you break, and then you have 0 cards in hand. So yeah, that was a bad play on two fronts. That should have been an Earth attack at one of the face-down provinces. That might be the mistake that cost the Phoenix player this game, unfortunately. He will get the favor at least, but it's not going to do a whole lot. Like, Earth was just so much better than Void there. I don't know why he chose the Void Ring. Like, does he think this game is going to go 2 more turns, so this Mitsu will die? And even then, you have duplicates, you have reprieve. Like, there's no way Mitsu's ever dying this game. He's just going to break your stronghold. Definitely a questionable play. And yeah, Yokuni is going to probably seal it, right? I feel like you play Yokuni 2 here. Okay, so Solemn Scholar means that an Earth attack will have to be answered. Mia Mystic is decent for Phoenix here, I think. Because then if he plays like a Tattooed Wanderer, you can kill that. We see Togashi Initiate, okay. Interesting. Yojimbo 2 Fate. So maybe you play the Investigator now. And then Phoenix has to decide whether he wants to play the Mystic or just pass. And I think it'll probably be Mystic. Like, Phoenix has 0 cards in hand. I think he's going to want to play the Mystic. Yeah, so Investigator, 1 Fate. So I think the Dragon player is saying, okay, oh wow, he passes. So Dragon player is saying, okay, this turn, or this game is not going to go past the next turn, probably. So I'm just going to put 1 Fate on my characters. And if I don't break your Stronghold this turn, I'm going to break it next turn. Which seems like it's probably true. Both players bid 5. So if Phoenix now goes political, then the Dragon player gets to look at his hand and pick out whatever card he wants. So it looks like we're seeing 2 Prodigies, going to go Military Earth. Dragon will probably want him to hit Pilgrimage here. Ooh, and he does hit Pilgrimage. So yeah, this is military. Yeah, I imagine you want to defend with Raitsugu. Which is going to be 4. You can box up to 6. And then you can duel. I would duel the Prodigy with the Fate on it, since, again, this game could go until next turn here. So that would just get that out of the way, and then you would be free to break the Stronghold. So what you could do is... Oh, Yojimbo, sure. Yeah, so that will cancel the duel. If he wants to. But what you could do is... Let's see, I think you go Void as your attack, probably. So you can Void Fist next conflict. Yeah, that's true. So, like, he might just not cancel it. Save it for a Void Fist, but... I don't know. As long as... so as long as Phoenix actually gets this Earth Ring, he can bow somebody on the attack, but he can't bow Mitsu because of the Finger of Jade. So... I think since this is Pilgrimage, Kai might be okay with just letting him have the ring. Because what do? You bow the Initiate, I guess? Sure. And we see a pass, yeah. So actually not even going to initiate that duel. I guess you would want to use your box first if you're going to. But maybe wait to see if he plays any buffs here. We do see a Fine Katana. So that's when you do want to answer with at least the box. Ooh, he's dueling. And the duel gets cancelled, okay. So I'm guessing he was dueling the one with no fate. So there's the Stronghold. Attacker winning by 3 now. We see a Bonsai on Prodigy. Okay. So Kai will need to find 3 more skill here if he wants to prevent the break. We'll see if he can do it. The other thing, though, is if the Phoenix player breaks this, then he's on Sacred Sanctuary, and that means Mitsu can just stand up forever. So, like, honestly, I don't really see a good way out of this for Phoenix. Like, Kai can honestly probably just let this break, and it'll be fine. Because you can just attack with Mitsu and the Initiate at the Stronghold. You covert the Yojimbo, I guess. And then if he bows your Initiate, you have 7 to 5. And you can try to get some Void Fists off and maybe break. And you definitely go Void Ring. And then if he attacks back at the Sanctuary, you're just standing Mitsu and defending. And then you could potentially even break on Political still this turn. Because, like, you defend with Mitsu and Investigator, you investigate. The Watering won't be claimed here, so the Prodigy won't be able to stand back up until it's too late. Ooh, we see a Bonsai on Raitsugu. Let's see if he has a cancel, he should probably save it until he spends the honor here, although that would leave him open to just a Wander or a Hurricane Punch being enough, so he could just cancel the whole thing. He only has 1 Sentry left in his deck. He did discard 2 of those. If he has a Void Fist in hand, ooh, we see Ningyo with 1 Fate. If he has a Void Fist in hand, he should just Void Fist this Prodigy. Because that gets him the Earth Ring, so that the Solemn Scholar can't even use his ability. Yeah, you were right. Feral Ningyo with 1 Fate. There's a Tattooed Wanderer. That is going to be enough to prevent the break still, and a pass. So it looks like we are going to see the win but no break. Spending the Wanderer for that, like, it prevents the Earth Ring, so that's okay, but does feel a little bit bad. I guess he probably doesn't have the Void Fist. How many Against the Waves are in the discard pile? 2. So with 2 cards in hand and 2 of those already used, I'm guessing he doesn't have Against the Waves in hand. So yeah, I'm pretty sure the play here is you just go Military Void with Mitsu and possibly, ooh, Skirmisher. That's going to be another covert. So yeah, you go Military Void with Mitsu, Skirmisher, Initiate. You covert the Ojimbo and the Kudaka. And then you're sitting at, oh no, triple covert. He's going for it. That one seemed a little bit unnecessary. Like, you could probably just save the Investigator to defend, right? I don't know about this, really. I mean, he's probably going to win here. What did he mean to do? Against the Waves? That wouldn't really help, because it would get coverted. I mean, he was saving one fate, so... Oh, let go Tattooed Wanderer. Okay. I mean, that's fine. I don't think he cares. The manual mode shuffle there. So that's one card in hand now. But what is defending with the Solemn Scholar going to get him here? I guess Storm? What is Storm? Storm is 4? Sure. So you're defending with 5 against 8. Like, he's still just going to Hurricane... Or, sorry, he's still just going to Void Fist you, right? Yeah, so you go Void. I would be okay with going Fire here, actually. No, I guess Void is better. Does he not have 2 cards in his hand that he can play? Yeah, I mean, you definitely attack with Mitsu, right? Because of... Oh, well, he hasn't broken Pilgrimage yet. Never mind. If he has 2 cards in his hand that he can play, or 1 card and a Void Fist, then I think it's just over. Like, what could Phoenix have in his hand that could stop that? Yeah, he can't have Storm. He's already used all 3 Storms. Bonsai, maybe? No, use both Bonsais. Yeah, like there's nothing. If you can play Void Fist here, then the game's over. It's all 3 let goes too. It might have been better to let go the Finger of Jade there, actually, because then you could just bow Mitsu. Illegal Talisman, don't remind me about that. Looks like the other game's over. He used Scholar? No, he has not used Scholar yet, but Mitsu has a Finger of Jade. I think we might be getting some people from the other stream. Yep, Finger of Jade gets used. Plays Hurricane Punch with Mitsu. So that means he's not going to get to play that Void Fist. So that would be 12 to 5 after Storm. Oh, he forgot about the Finger, okay. Yeah, so he should have played Let Go on the Finger of Jade. Yeah, there was no card in his hand there that could have saved him. Like if he had a Supernatural Storm left in his deck and that was his one card, then he could have prevented the break there. Um, but yeah, that is going to be it. So Mirumoto Kai wins. He will be moving on to the top 16. He will play against Mosey, actually. That should be a good game. Hopefully we can stream that one as well. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.